What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Everywhere, and we're here to talk about the wokest gaming disaster of all time. We're talking about pure Antifa propaganda that was funded by governments around the world, including America. We're here to talk about Dustborn. That also was a game that was heavily inspired by the election of Donald Trump. If you don't believe me, that is an exact quote from the developers saying they thought they needed to make it ever since Donald Trump was elected president of the United States in 2016. But this game came out the gate a dud. Because when we come over here to SteamDB, we can see that their all-time peak sat at 83 players. And as of right now, they only have 24 people playing it with a 24-hour peak of 41 players. And for the most part, the people that are playing this game are mainly playing it to roast it, and they still can't believe half the stuff they see in the game. It's a question, is this game a parody, or is this actually what they truly believe? Because it's such a hate-filled game, surrounded with moments where you are forced to bully people for doing nothing. You are forced to be a villain, you are forced to attack individuals, and you are forced to just go around and spread division, divisiveness, and attack everybody as you try to sow discourse. It's so propagandistic. And you have all sorts of gaming industry figures trying to push this game, saying that it's a good game. Go out and buy it, play it. It's not that bad. And it still has been working. We also had Dustborn developers appear to confirm game features stolen assets. Yeah, they don't just seem to confirm. They outright confirm that they stole assets from GTA in order to make this game, despite the fact that you had US government funding invested in this game. Funding to try to counter disinformation from the US government. And it wasn't just a little bit of funding here. No, the US government right here, according to a funding operating from the US Department of State, 275,000 USD was earmarked by the United States Embassy in the Netherlands for a pitch meeting these specifications. Produce an English and Dutch language pilot version of a counter disinformation game. Requirements below. Produce a French version of the game. Produce one additional translation into European, Asian, and/or African language to be determined at a later date. Host the game on the company's own servers. Develop and implement data collection and analysis methodologies to demonstrate the project's achievement of expected results. Promote games to target audiences. This is a game that was funded not just by the United States government, outright to be propaganda and to push bullcrap everywhere as an Antifa simulator. It was also funded by European Union individuals and the Netherlands. 3 different countries, 3 different governments, or 3 different groups of governments have been implicated in the making and production of this pure propaganda, in which they go around saying, we're trying to fight disinformation, when the whole game is all about sowing discourse and spreading disinformation and misinformation to turn people against one another. How can you be any less transparent about this propaganda that is pushed by governments? But hey, it's not just there. Despite all this, despite all the clips that have been coming out about just how awful this game is, how disgusting the dialogue is, how disgusting so many of these choices are, you end up having the Dustborn creators come out here and disparage individuals. Dustborn developer Red Thread Games claims response to game has been drowned out by a tidal wave of hate and abuse. And don't just take that Park Place word for it. We could go over to the actual message put out by Red Thread, right here, by their official Twitter account. A message from Red Thread to our community. To our community, since we first announced Dustborn, we've read our comments and listened to your feedback, hopes, and wishes for the game. Over the past 4 years, our team has poured their hearts into telling a story that was deeply meaningful to us, a story about the power of words, about building a world where everyone can feel safe, about love, friendship, and robots, of course. Here's the thing. Already out of this, they're lying to you. This game was first spurred off 8 years ago, again, with the election of Donald Trump in 2016. So you're already lying there. On top of that, spreading a game about love and liking each other and being fine with everything, why then do you constantly bully a man in the game for just being Catholic? You disparage a man for being Catholic. You treat a man in the game awful for solely being Catholic. He does nothing else. He's always being very kind, very thoughtful, very sweet, innocent, not doing anything mean. He just wants to knit. And you constantly have to bully him for praying. It is already lies and gaslighting with the first paragraph of this statement. We expected Dustborn to spark conversation and debate, and looked forward to engaging with our players in a positive and constructive fashion. Unfortunately, that conversation has been drowned out by a tidal wave of hate and abuse. Hate and abuse. Hate and abuse. Is that why in the game you are to honestly call people racist all the time, where you are to put people against each other to start attacking individuals just for their skin color, just for the way they present themselves, for doing absolutely nothing? You can have little moments here or there where you start getting triggered and push people to honestly off themselves. This game is a nightmare and is just propaganda and does spread hate and abuse. We welcome thoughtful feedback and respectful criticism. We embrace discussion and debate, but we have zero tolerance for hate speech, harassment, and threats of any kind. Those who engage in such behavior will be removed from our community. Well, guess what? You're the ones pushing it. Nobody's out here abusing anybody or saying anything hateful. Heck, hate speech isn't even real. You guys just try to lump it in there because you don't like criticism of your awful, awful propagandistic game that is filled with pure, unadulterated hate of anybody that disagrees with you, anybody who has a different thought process than you. This game is Antifa tactics. This game is just propaganda produced by the US government, the European Union, and the Netherlands. And it's a failure. I'm happy it failed because it's so disgusting to see these clips. They're all disturbing outright, but they're trying to hide behind the fact that the main character is a female black chick who's also pansexual, I think, and is willing to bone whatever the heck, has a polycule, and can do all sorts of crazy stuff. The game's super diverse, filled with weird Mexican dude that's Catholic that you get to bully all the time. Your two moms who are witches, robots, of course, that also the main character treats like garbage, asks for pronouns also, and also a Muslim with the whole alopecia thing with the skin colors and stuff. But you have to remember she's Muslim while she's also fat, and I do believe LGBTQ. But they try to hide behind all those little things, all those little diversity points, and say if you speak ill about this game, you're hateful, you're abusive, and you're just a bigot. That's all it is. To everyone else, thank you for coming on this journey with us. Your support means everything, and your constructive feedback continues to push us to learn and evolve. Together, let's continue building a world where everyone can feel valued and empowered to share their stories. Red Thread, again, they're lying to you. They're pushing more propaganda to try to get people to play their game. If they truly felt that way, if they truly felt that everybody's voice is deserved and that we should build this world about love and communication and stuff like that, then why in the game do you bully a man for solely being Catholic? He does absolutely nothing. He's a Latino man who knits and is Catholic, and in several moments where he's just praying. Just praying to his God. He's following his faith. You are to bully him and deride him just for praying. He's not pushing it on you. He's not doing anything to you. He's alone praying, and you are forced to bully him and treat him like garbage. This game is disturbing, disgusting, and the more I see about it, the more I'm happy it failed, the more I'm proud it failed. And to know that the US government was involved in this, the European Union was involved in this, and this was all a massive psyop to try to gather information on you and to see if they can actually succeed in making a game and helping combat disinformation. That is disgusting to think $275,000 of your taxpayer money went to make this garbage is sickening. It makes me physically ill. It makes me so happy to see it fail, but at the same time, it makes me so disgusted to know that people like this are spending our hard-earned money to make pure, unadulterated Antifa propaganda to spread around the world. This is a disgusting act by everybody involved, stealing assets, pushing propaganda, berating people, trying to hide behind your diversity, all while getting taxpayer-funded money to make this game. You could go screw off for all I care, and I laugh at the fact that your game was an abysmal failure. But I'm going to leave it there, guys. Let me get you guys' thoughts on all this down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it out with friends, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video live, guys. And I'll see you all on the next one. Bye for now.